Good afternoon. I'm Elisa Gale. We're breaking into your regularly scheduled programming to tell you about some breaking news. We know 5 people are being treated in the hospital after being struck by something near the Georgetown Hospital. Those pedestrians were told. We're waiting for some updates now on their conditions.
To the garage in question. So all 5 patients were rushed inside the emergency room where they're receiving treatment. And because of that fact, I do not have any word on their conditions. We did not transport anybody. We did evaluate the driver of the vehicle, who is not injured, but we evaluated them medically in any case. So I would like to point out that some primary care was immediately instituted by an off-duty MPD police officer. I'm told she's a 4th District School Resource Officer. And one of our paramedics said she did outstanding work in providing primary care to these patients. And I'll take any questions.
Provided primary care at the scene, literally?
Yes. She was.
Did she witness the incident?
It appears that she was here with a patient that she was getting ready to transport. So she was right on the scene, according to one of our paramedics, who's also off duty and here in the area. And she had high praise for the work done by this officer. So you may want to follow up with MPD on that. I don't have an age on the driver. We evaluated the patient. They appeared to be uninjured physically. Obviously, they were in distress.
Was this an accident, or was this something that was done on purpose?
That's a question for the Metropolitan Police. They're conducting the investigation. Initially, there's no indication that this was intentional, but MPD will have the final word on that.
What about your off-duty paramedic? What was he or she doing?
She was also with a patient who also happened to be one of our firefighters.
Just off-duty and...
Off-duty, and looks like they were getting ready to leave the hospital when it took place.
And did that person step in as well?
I'm going to work on that. I'm not quite sure what action she may have performed, but she's an experienced EMS officer. I wouldn't be surprised if she, in fact, jumped in and provided initial care.
But your understanding, too, is that most of the initial care came from the emergency room personnel, correct?
Yeah, the emergency room personnel apparently rushed right out with stretchers, and they quickly brought the patients inside to the ER and began emergency care.
Are you able to describe how this happened? Is this a driver backing out of a spot, going to the garage? Do you have any logistics like that?
I do not know what the circumstances were. Again, that's going to ultimately be a question for the Metropolitan Police who are conducting the investigation. Again, I can't describe the injuries, first of all, because of HIPAA, even if I had been made aware of them. But they were all in the ER being treated, so I have no description of what conditions they were in when they were taken inside.
Are you rerouting ambulances to other hospitals because of the traffic?
I'll have to check on that. I don't have that information right now.
All right, an update there. We were just hearing from DC Fire and EMS telling us about the 5 people who were hit by a driver. At this point, they do not believe that this was intentional. DC Fire and EMS saying thankfully medical professionals were in the area when this incident happened. And at this time, there's no word on the conditions of the patients who were taken thankfully to the hospital, which was pretty close by when they were hit by that vehicle. We'll have much more on this coming up on our later shows. We'll see you there. You can also find more information online at dcnewsnow.com.